With the promise of big money and prizes, I couldn't help but fall in love with Smash TV back in the early 1990s. It was my first taste of dual-stick shooting, and I made every excuse in the book to sneak off to the arcade and dump quarters into the colorful cabinet. In fact, I loved Smash TV so much that I happily plopped down $60 for the Super NES port. And despite being toned down and a little harder to control, I played that game until there wasn't a single vacuum, VCR, or toaster left to win. While a lot of dual-stick shooters have come and gone in the last 25 years, few have reminded me of Smash TV. Instead of giving us a story and proper level designs, they focused heavily on high scores and waves of relentless enemies. But Circuit Breakers ditches the innovations of Geometry Wars and offers players a throwback that is more in line with what Midway was doing in the 1990s. I'd buy that for $1. Circuit Breakers tells a simple story of 4 action heroes who rush through different colored factories in an effort to defeat an army of aggressive robots. There are no cash prizes here, just the satisfaction of saving the world from the rise of the machines. And if that isn't enough, maybe the Rockin' Chiptunes soundtrack will work as a consolation prize. With names like Aldo, Tay, and Samson, these 4 heroes are more than just a palette swap. Each comes equipped with their own weapon, which includes everything from lasers to shotguns to a high-powered rocket launcher. But even with the variety of firepower, I found myself sticking with Aldo's tried but true machine gun. While certainly not as explosive as the rest, the rapid fire rate helped me escape certain death on multiple occasions. Instead of picking up new weapons and power-ups along the way, characters would be forced to grab tiny crystal shards that explode out of every destroyed robot. Collect enough of these bouncing items, and your weapon will grow more powerful and make fighting off large crowds a lot easier. But beware, because every shot eats away at your ammo meter. Fire too many bullets, and you'll lose the powered-up weapon and tactical advantage. This creates an incredibly tense dynamic where players will need to conserve their ammo while simultaneously rushing around and picking up crystal shards. It's a neat idea, but there are times I just wanted to hold the shoot button and never let go. While solo players will certainly have a good time shooting through dozens of challenging stages, the chaos is ratcheted up to a whole new level when 4 players lock and load. This is where the game finally comes to life, and it's a good thing the developers have loaded Circuit Breakers up with lots of fun multiplayer content. There is an online mode, but it's currently in beta and its functionality is less than ideal. At least for now, you're better off piling everybody around the computer. For as much as I liked the throwback look and old school gameplay, I was less thrilled by the repetitive level designs and uninspired boss fights. Even with changing color schemes, it won't take long before the stages begin to blur together. The few levels with genuinely clever ideas are overwhelmed by large open areas with nothing to offer. There simply wasn't enough variety to keep my attention for long, and I grew sick and tired of playing the same few levels every single time. So much of the fun of Smash TV was picking up different weapons and items, something that made you change your tactics from one minute to the next. But there's nothing like that in Circuit Breakers. Even though the weapons increase in strength, it always feels like you're firing a machine gun, rocket launcher, or shotgun. The changes made to the combat mechanics are certainly unique, but they just lead to a more repetitive affair. Circuit Breakers is the type of game you won't remember in a few weeks. Hey, thanks for watching the first review of 2016. There aren't a lot of games coming out in January, so my goal is to catch up with everything I missed in November and December. I have a bunch of reviews to get through over the next few weeks, so I guess that's what you have to look forward to. We'll also be restarting our weekly Nintendo Power videos, as well as looking at my favorite games of 2015. Oh, and I'm currently starting production on something called the Game Pro Game Show. This is gonna be a big year, so make sure and click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.